Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to the post-earnings conference call of Megatherm Induction Ltd for H1Fy25. Today on the call from the management we have with us Mr. Satadri Chanda, CFO and whole-time director, and Mr. Vineet Mota, AVP Accounts and Finance. As a disclaimer, I would like to inform all of you that this call may contain forward-looking statements which may involve risk and uncertainties. Also, a reminder that this call is being recorded. I would now request the management to run us through the investor presentation and the business and performance highlights for the half year went by, the growth plans and vision for the coming year, post which we will open the floor for Q&A. Over to you, sir.
Yes. Welcome, everyone. So let's go ahead with the presentation. We'll discuss our performance for the first half of this financial year, as well as our future plans. So for the interest of those who are new to Megatherm or maybe joining, this is the first presentation of Megatherm that you're seeing. So I'll quickly go through about our company in maybe 5 minutes, and then we'll dive into the financials as well as what are our plans. So about us, we are manufacturers of various induction equipment. We cater to the we are cap manufacturers, and we cater to various industries like metals, as well as all over India. About us, so the managing director is my father. He's recipients of various awards. He has about 45 odd years of experience. And for me, it's been about 7-8 odd years. I did my master's in engineering from Virginia Tech, US. And post that, I was working with KPMG's consulting team, strategy and ops in Mumbai for 2-3 years before joining the business. And just a little bit about the induction technology. It's not very new, but it's fairly new technology. It essentially uses electrical eddy currents to heat or melt metals. It can be various metals. It can be copper, aluminum, steel, iron, etc. And unlike conduction, this method is quite efficient and it's quite green. It's non-polluting. And some of the products that we manufacture include induction melting furnaces. Did my video just...
Yeah, I switched off your video because your voice is cracking. So it's using up your bandwidth.
Okay. All right. And our products are induction melting furnaces. These go into the steel and castings sectors, metal sectors and casting sectors. Then we have the induction billet heaters and induction heating hardening equipment. Go into various other engineering sectors like automotive, pipes and tubes, etc., railways, etc. The induction power sources are basically the brain behind these equipment. So that is what powers this equipment. And this is basically the IP of our company. And a lot of developments have happened over the years in terms of efficiency, etc., of these equipment. And all of these equipment require a step-down transformer. So that is how we initially got into transformers way back in 2007-ish. And since then, we are making transformers for the induction products. But now we are expanding rapidly in the other types of transformers as well, as the market is quite big. And since we are already in the steel sector, we've also gone for other downstream products like ladle refining furnaces, electric arc furnaces, continuous casting machines, fume extraction systems. These are products that primarily cater for steel melting sector, whereas the ones above are mixed steel. Transformers are required in transmission distribution across various industries, even solar. That's something that we are planning on this year. And like I mentioned, automotive, railways, etc. So these are some of the products that we manufacture. We have 2 manufacturing facilities. This is our induction products manufacturing facility. This is in Kharagpur. in the Vidyasagar Industrial Park near West Bengal Orissa border. And this is basically the upcoming transformer facility. As you can see that the factory is ready. Currently, the machine by the end of December, and we are targeting testings and certifications by December, January, post which we will start production. So we are going to, from this factory, we are going to make power and distribution transformers, inverter duty transformers. This goes into the renewables and solar sector. LRF and arc transformers and converter duty transformers are basically the induction transformers that we already make. And of course, this transformer facility is going to be the largest transformer manufacturing facility in the eastern part of the country. Means you can include Bengal, Bihar, Orissa, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, and the northeastern states. In the entire this area, this is going to be the largest transformer manufacturing facility. And we have our in-house R&D team. We employ roughly about 100 engineers, and we do have foreign collaborations, but that is mostly for the sales and servicing side. The technology is our own completely. And like I mentioned, we are spread across approximately 52 odd countries. But we have to grow our presence in quite a few of them. And I will discuss that during our way forward discussion. These are some of our clients. We have a lot of clients, 1,000+ clients. So these are just some of the key ones. And there are comparative advantages, but for these particular products, you will see that the electricity is a raw material. So electrical consumption and reliability, these are the two main factors. And this is basically where we excel. And that is why, although we were slightly late entrant compared to in electrotherm and inductotherm, which are our competitors, we are rapidly gaining market share. It's primarily because our equipment, we focus on the energy consumption part and the reliability part. These are two very important factors. And like I mentioned, we are catering to the foundry sector, the automotive sector. In the auto sector, we don't directly sell to the automobile manufacturers. We sell to the ancillaries, the auto ancillaries. Now they are supplying to India. They're also supplying auto components abroad. So their exports have actually increased significantly. And that is why we are seeing good growth. Also, railways is seeing a lot of demand right now. And when it comes to the power sector, the demand is growing gradually. It's not a aggressive, 15-20% growth. It's more of a 7 to 9% growth. But here, renewable is one segment where we are seeing a lot of traction. And this is one area that we are trying to, get a larger exposure and do more business. More on this towards the end of the presentation. And another part is, of course, steel. As you can see, we primarily make the arc furnaces and the electrical furnaces. Our primary product is induction furnace. We also make some arc furnaces, although as you can see here, the demand for arc furnaces is less. It's primarily in India, it is induction and blast furnaces. Due to the costing as well as the market demand and requirement, the arc is less in India, but induction is seeing a lot of traction and blast furnace is seeing a lot of traction. Although arc furnace also has certain applications which are which are better produced through arc furnaces. So typically, if you see the white goods steel or auto steel, it comes from arc. The blast furnaces is primarily required for sheet. Most of the sheet steel that you see from SAIL, Jindal, etc., is from blast. And most of the construction steel, like long products like TMT rebars, various types of wires, channel, angle, mostly construction steel, that comes from induction. And we have good order book from the steel sector. The market is slightly dull right now because of the imports. It's more of, in our case, it's more of capturing the market which is already there, means getting clients from Electrotherm to shift over to us, Electrotherm to shift over to us. And as you can see, the electrical furnaces are much less polluting. They have way less CO2 equivalent emissions. So the government is also pushing for these furnaces. Government is trying to get the scrappage policy going. Although right now there isn't much traction because the discounts for scrapping your old vehicle, it's not a big amount. But different state governments are trying their best. So I think once this gains traction, we'll see even more demand for these products. These are some of our awards. And coming into the financials. So if you compare it with last year's first half, so in any capital goods industry, typically in India, we see that the second half is slightly better than the first half. In the first half, we see a lot of rains, etc. So most of the construction activity, so the steel sector as well as other capex also is a little slow. Whereas the second half of the year, we usually see more traction. And this will reflect if you see compare the two halves of last financial year as well. So if you see right now in the first half of the year, our factory is running at 100% capacity. If you visit also, it will be visible. And we invite everyone, whenever you get time, you get in touch with our team and we'll arrange a visit. So the revenues are more or less flat. It's running at max capacity right now. However, we have done a lot of backward integration. So those who have been discussing with us in the previous meetings, that we have invested a lot in the backward integration to improve the bottom line. So you will see that there has been improvement in the bottom line. Our eventual target for profit after tax is 9%. And we'll discuss those in the last part of the presentation. And we are going towards that. And most of the backward integration part is complete. The results we will be seeing now probably from the second half of this year. And some of the backward integration is still pending. Backward integration means the extrusion of copper, which we earlier outsourced, the manufacturing of crucibles, the CRGO core slitting. So all these things were earlier outsourced, and that all the vendors used to keep their margins. Now we are backward integrating those. So we will gradually see an improvement in the bottom line. And 1 minute. Sorry. And right, factory is running at 100% capacity. Our factory, the transformer factory, will be commissioned in January. Our testing and certifications will be done by January-February period. And after that, we will have an inauguration of the factory and we will start production. So if you look at the revenue, as I said, the factory is running at now almost full capacity. So the top line, there's not much difference, but you can see that the bottom line has improved, and this will further improve. It will further improve, and we are targeting 9% bottom line in the next couple of years. These are some of the annual figures for those who are new to Megatherm. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Should we move to the Q&A now?
Yes, yes. And of course, the last part, the most important part, way forward. So I'll just address this slide and then we'll go to the Q&A. So So each sector we have made certain plans. So in the next couple of years, our target is 45 crores of bottom line. At this point, expand capacities. So right now, as I mentioned, uh, uh, it's our factory running at full capacity. Once this transformer factory is increased from currently around 30 crores, it will go to about 100 to 100 transformers, and not just the induction transformers. And when the transformer shifts out, this will also enable us to expand our induction products. So our induction products also, we have targeted about 50 to 75 crores of additional turnover. So this together will take us from this capex will take us from the current 300 crore roughly level to the 500 crore level. This is one angle. The other angles are for different marketing, the different markets. So one is the increased market share in the castings, the foundry and castings sector. So there we are seeing the market is quite strong now, and our new products have been launched, and we are going ahead with aggressive marketing strategies to capture that market. We are also developing new capabilities in the heating and hardening sector. So in the heating and hardening sector, the primary competition is Inductotherm. Inductotherm is not listed, but you can get their details from MCA or their website. So Inductotherm has a lot of they have monopoly in a lot of different products. So one by one, we are getting into those products, and we have already started getting orders. We have executed a lot of firsts for us, and this is one area which is quite promising. Then, when it comes to the steel sector, we are enhancing the team. We have slightly less market share in the southern and western region. So those are two areas where we are strengthening our team. And we are also to the uh, other products which are required for steel plants. Since our listing, we have supplied quite a few of these, and now we are seeing that we are in the market now. We are known that Megatherm is a supplier of these equipment also, and this is going to give good rewards for us in the future. And finally, the export part. So export, we currently, our export is roughly 20 to 30%. But as the turnover grows, to ensure that it remains in 20 to 30% range, we have to expand our footprint. And for that, no matter how many sales team members you add, it will not be enough. So what we are planning to do now is to establish sales agencies and types in various countries. We are seeing good demand from Europe, even North America. So we are going to set up agencies and tie-ups in these regions. All over, we have targeted South Africa, Turkey, Southeast Asia, Mexico, various other promising countries. And we will take part in the trade fairs and other relevant events. And that is going to help us across these products to help expand our global footprint. So this is the overall plan that we have. If you broadly uh, from the current 300 odd crore level to go to that next 500 crore level, approximately you can say about 70 to 120, 130 crores will be added from the transformer side, and the rest will come from the induction side once the transformer production shifts completely. So this is basically the macro plan that we have. And considering our order book and everything, we are quite confident of achieving this. So we are ready for questions.
Sure. Thank you. If you could disconnect the presentation, then we'll move to Q&A.
Yes,
All those who wish to ask a question may use the option of raise hand.
sure.
In case you're not able to do that, please drop us a message on the chat and we'll invite you to ask question. We'll take the first question from Tushar Raghatate.
Sure.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. So just wanted to know in the power transformer, till
Thank you.
what
Thank you.
kVA
Welcome.
Are we planning to manufacture?
Satadri, your internet is lagging quite a
Yes,
bit, so I would request you keep
yes,
the
yes.
video off.
So we are
Yeah,
going. Is it better now?
sure, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. So we'll go up to 50 MVA. So 50 MVA, we want to play in the middle range. So there are different categories. So you have the 50 plus MVA, you know, 1 to give one category. Then there you have the smaller ones. That is then one give you our target is the minimum 3 5 MVA, 1000 kVA. I hope that answers it.
So actually, your voice is not clear. I couldn't get.
Uh, am I audible now?
Yeah, yeah, you're audible. Yeah.
The management is just joining back. They're just getting the network correct. Please go ahead.
Yes, yes. So regarding the transformers, we are planning up to 50 MVA now. So we are planning to manufacture between 3000 kVA to 50,000 kVA, this range, not smaller, and at this moment, not larger than that.
Okay, sir. And sir, what would be the realization for the same?
Sorry, if you could just
What
repeat
would
the
be the
question.
realization range of the transformers, the power transformers which will be manufacturing?
Yes. See, at this moment, we are seeing more inquiries on the solar transformers. So we are seeing a lot of traction in the solar transformers more than the power transformers. So in fact, our testing and certification is also going to be in the solar transformers. So that is one area we are focusing more on. And the realization on in the solar transformers at this moment, if you see Indotech transformer, Star Delta, Silchar transformers, they're also focusing on the solar part. Right now, we are seeing good bottom line in these. We are looking at around 10 to 12% bottom line in our case for the solar transformers. And for the power transformers, the realization is typically around 8 to 10%.
Uh, Got it, sir. And sir, as you said that you're all booked in terms of your capacities. So do
Yes.
you foresee any growth in the H2, or the growth will come from majorly in FY26?
H2, see, second half is usually better than the first half. So on that account, I guess H2, we will see some growth. And compared to the last financial year, it's all about how quickly we can see we have the order book. We are seeing how quickly we can, shift out the transformer from our existing factory into the new one. So as soon as that happens, we'll be able to, see the results. And at this moment, it is scheduled for the shed is complete as I showed in the photos, but the machineries are being installed now. So I'm guessing we'll get the last like March or maybe February and March, these 2 months essentially. So we could see some upside compared to last financial year. But another angle is the bottom line, which we are working on extensively. So that is expected to give us some good results. So already you can see the bottom line has increased, and so we are seeing compared to last year also the bottom line should be better.
Okay. And sir, in terms of order book, like how many months you need to execute those, and what is the current order book?
Yes. So currently we just checked the order book is near to about almost 350 odd crores. And it is increasing as the transformer. If you look at the transformer inquiry, then it is going, much more than that. So in terms of order book, we don't see much of a constraint. Now we are primarily focusing on commissioning the factory as soon as possible.
Got it. So, sir, my last question in terms of transformer, if you rank the transformers considering the application, which would
Yes.
be the highest in terms of margin profile?
Yes, currently it is IDT, inverter duty transformer. This primarily goes into the renewable sector. So here at this moment, you will see a lot of the companies are having strong bottom line because of that. So that is giving good realization.
Fair enough. So that was helpful. Thank you. I'll get back in the queue.
Sure, sure.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from Jayesh Lad. Jayesh, you can go ahead.
Yes, sir. Am I audible? Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Jayesh.
Yeah, sir. Firstly, sir, currently our capacity is around 300 units. So, I wanted to ask is post expansion, when the transformers will also come, what will be the total number of units that we can produce? Like, what number of transformers will be able to produce in a year?
Yes, actually that 300 units was, a bit of it's a little misleading. It was there somehow printed in our prospectus for the IPO. Actually, if you look at it, it depends on the kilowatt of the MVA rating. So, for example, obviously, if you look at, say, if we make 50 MVA, it's not going to be 300 units. And if we make, say, 3 MVA, then it will be much more than 300. So it's difficult to look at it that way. So it would be easier to look at it from the perspective of MVA and so total MVA. And we know that the MVA price of transformers, roughly, you can say right now it varies between, depending on type to type, it varies between 600, 700 to about 900 rupees per MVA. So from that perspective, in the new factory, we are seeing 100 to about 150 crores of turnover can be done, provided we are running double shifts.
Understood, understood. And so secondly, regarding your backward integration of
Yes.
CRGO, so what I understand is कि CRGO is mostly imported and mostly people import mother coils and then they make laminations and then they provide. So what are you planning to do? Are you doing the same? Gonna import CRGO mother coil and then convert into laminations, or you gonna start CRGO production from scratch, which is currently I think not available in India?
Yes, yes. The CRGO production is an enormous endeavor. It's probably, I think, Nippon is tying up with
Yeah, yeah,
JSW, I
GSW.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So no, that is not feasible. But what I'm talking about is basically buying the coil and doing the processing in-house, basically.
And sir, what will be the capacity of that, like the CRGO there into MTPA? So what is the capacity of the coils you want to make the laminations?
Capacity as in the processing capacity that we are
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, so almost you can say right now we are doing process. It just started. We did the pilot project and it is successful. And right now, out of our total induction requirement, we are able to cater to 25%. And now
25.
we will rapidly ramp it up to, we want to first get 100% of the induction CRGO requirement through this. And then we'll move into the transformers.
Okay, okay. And so lastly, so regarding our other than transformers, the induction side, we have
Yes.
various products. So which is the most valuable, the one which is giving us the most revenue? Is it ladle refining or what is
No,
the
no,
actual
no. It
product?
is an induction melting furnace. Induction
Induction melting
melting
furnace.
furnace and induction heating equipment. These two are giving us the most revenue. The ladle refining furnace, arc furnace, continuous casting machines, these things, we were not, that in a big way into these markets earlier. It's only the last one. Hello?
Yeah, yeah, sir. Please continue.
Yeah, only in the last year and a half, we've gotten into these products, aggressively, and we are seeing good traction. But the bread and butter, you can say, is basically the induction melting furnaces and the induction heating hardening equipment.
So just a last question to clarify this. So you're saying your capacity is not 300 units of induction heating or melting.
No, no, no. It actually it depends on the
Okay,
MVA.
the MVA. Okay, the
Yeah, yeah,
MVA.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
At the time of the prospectus, our investment banker, they made an estimate and give 300 units. But
Okay, okay. No worries, no worries. I will get back in the queue. Thank you so much, sir.
sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Take one question from chat from Abhay Jain. His first question is, can you tell us the total capacity of transformers in MVA post and pre-expansion?
Yes. I don't have the figures on with the MVA front, but if you divide MVA with, or rather multiply it with 600 to 900 rupees per MVA, right now we are doing transformers of 30 crores. And out of this 30 crores, almost 28 crores or 27 crores is for the induction products only. But post expansion, we will have capacity to do 100 to 150 crores approximately, depending on the type of transformer, of which we will completely do the induction of all the induction transformers in-house, which will become basically around from the current 28 crores to about 35 odd crores. And then the rest will be a mix of the induction duty transformers and the power industrial or substation transformers.
His second question is, what is going to be the percentage of revenue from IDT transformers?
Yes. So if we are looking at roughly 100 crores of, say, transformers conservatively, then around 30 odd crores, 35 crores will be from the induction transformers. Then we are looking at approximately another 30 odd crores will be the industrial transformers, LRF arc transformers. And the balance, say 30-40% will be the induction solar transformers. With the machinery that we are in, this is our macro plan. With the machinery that we are installing now at this moment, it will be initially, say if we do say about 60-70 crores initially right now. Here the induction transformer and the inverter duty transformer will be more. The power transformers or the substation transformer will be less. But going ahead, if you look at the 100-150 crore total turnover, then it is going to be sort of split evenly.
Sure. We'll take the next question from Tushar Vasuja. Tushar, you can go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity, sir. Am I audible?
Hi, Tushar. Yes, audible.
Yes, I have a couple of questions. Firstly, will there be any trial or gestation period before the transformer facility will start generating revenue?
Yes, good question. So there are some certifications that you have to do, like CPRI testing, etc. So those testings we have already applied. We've got the dates. I think one of the dates are in January. So once the testings are done, then the orders will start to flow. Some of the trial orders already, have started to move the trial orders or the initial LOIs, etc. Those may not require the CPRI testing. So if you take overall, you can assume that from January, February max, we will start. Maybe in the first financial year, that is the next financial year, we can get about, we'll be running at about, say, half capacity. But with the current traction of orders that we are seeing, I think within the first 6 months of the next financial year, what I feel, we'll get the bulk orders. So probably from the first 6 months of the next financial year, after that, we should be getting into a position where the factory is running at full capacity.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, and sir, what's your current revenue bifurcation in terms of different products that you guys do?
Right. So if you look at the roughly 300 odd crores of turnover, if you see right now, we are doing approximately, you can say about 50 odd crores from the forging, foundry, this segment. We do about 60 to 70 crores of spares. So spares and after sales parts, this is basically the profitable part of the business. It is usually around 20 odd % of the turnover, and it depends on how many equipment that you've sold in the past, essentially. So all the equipment that we've sold in the last 2-3 years, we will start getting their spares revenue from this year or the next year. So we have 60-70 crores of spares, about 50 odd crores of the engineering sector, and about 30 to 35 crores of transformers. and the rest of the 300 crores, so it comes to roughly, you can say half and half. So half is the other products and spares, and half of the revenue is coming from the steel sector, out of which there is induction melting furnace, of course, and to some extent the continuous casting machines and ladle refining furnace, arc furnace, fume extraction, all these things.
Okay, sir. And sir, how will it change after your transmission capacity is started?
Yes. So if we look at, say, our target of 500 crores, in that target, we are seeing that, say, about 100 to 150 crores of transformers. In 2 years' time, the spares will grow from about 60 odd crores currently to about 70 odd crores. So, and the induction products, the engineering side, that is going to grow to about 80 to 90 crores. So if we add 80, 90, then about 100 of transformers and about 70. So 250. So it's sort of remaining same.
Okay, sir.
Only thing is that the transformer market share is increasing quite a bit.
Okay. And
From
so,
the current 10% level, the transformer is projected to go to around 20-25%.
okay. And so there will be a huge national level capex in transmission networks all over the country.
Yes.
So how do you view this opportunity, and how much of it would you be able to capture?
Yes. So this is actually one of the reasons we are quite bullish on the transformer side, and we have already recruited a sales team from competitor companies, and we are quite positive. Actually, that is one of the reasons we are investing in the transformer field. It's going to be at least for the foreseeable next 3, 4, 5 years. We see that the entire transmission and distribution line, especially with the green energy, it is going through sort of a revolution. And also a lot of the older transformers which have higher losses of more than 1%, nowadays those criteria has been brought down to about 0.3 to 0.5% loss. So everyone is going for a more efficient transformer, more efficient transmission line, and this trend should continue for at least next 3, 4, 5 years, if not longer. So we want to capitalize on that.
Okay, sir. And so lastly, has the current steel price fall had any effect on the steel capex generally? And how do the steel prices usually affect you? So have you faced any order cancellation or delays or something of that sort?
Yes, actually, the steel market in general is slightly sluggish at the moment, but it doesn't affect us in a big way, mainly because whenever there is a steel price squeeze, we get a lot of the the upgradation orders. Means they want to remove the old furnace, which has become very lossy because the margins are squeezed, and go for a new, more efficient furnace. Apart from that, also, it's more of, since our market share is lower compared to, say, Electrotherm, we are getting a lot of the competitors' orders. So maybe the overall market is little sluggish, but we are getting some good orders. Obviously, since I can't, this is being recorded and I'm not able to share the forward-looking statements. But we have received some very good orders, bulk orders, actually, very recently. So for us, it is not affecting, in a big way. But overall, you can say yes, a bit of sluggishness is there.
Okay, sir. And no order cancellation or delays or anything of that sort?
Cancellations तो नहीं होता है, because when somebody has invested in, almost given you advance, and they have invested in the entire civil, etc. See, the demand is increasing gradually. Now there has been a lot of capex in the last 3, 4, 5 years. So right now, mostly the larger companies are going for more aggressive expansion. But those who have already placed the orders, in fact, a lot of we've got a few greenfield project orders as well. So only in terms of no cancellations as such, only thing you can say is a little bit delay in lifting. Means if the equipment is earlier, there was more of them chasing us for कब complete होगा, jaldi banaiye this that. now sort of we are able to meet, or whatever is the demand we are able to meet. There is no extra excessive pressure on us for lifting. That is the only change that we have seen.
Okay, sir. That was another question. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from Gaurav Agarwal, 91. Please go ahead.
Opportunity. Sir, just to the last speaker, you were answering the question that you are gaining orders at the cost of your competition in the induction furnace side. So
Yes.
the competitor in question is Electrotherm here, whom you are winning orders against.
Yes, so Electrotherm and Inductotherm also. So for example, certain clients like say Rashmi Steel, Rungta Mines, etc. They were clients of some of our competitors. So we have been able to crack that segment. And we are also seeing, since we are in the eastern part of the country, we have strength in the east, but Electrotherm was quite strong in the western zone, means
Okay.
that entire belt of Gujarat, Ahmedabad, Jalna, etc. However, now we have also got some good orders in those areas. Because what happens, there is sort of incumbency. If you have only one supplier, then over a period of time, some clients get disappointed. So we have been able to sell our products, and now that the client is seeing that the results are quite good, the energy consumption is very good, etc. So now we are getting traction in those areas as well.
Okay. And sir, how's the overall demand for these induction furnaces? You gave a bit of indication of that into the previous caller. But
Yes, yes.
let's say in the last 6 months, your turnover is broadly similar to what you did in March quarter. March 6 month number.
Yeah.
So if you can break up between what was the figure for induction furnaces in those 6 months ending March, and what was the number in these 6 months?
Yes,
And
yes.
how do you see this full year for the induction furnace vertical?
Yes, yes. So, in terms of, if you see our order book, there's not been much change. I think our order book since like last say 6 months ago, and now it is pretty much the same. So whatever order books has been orders have been executed, and right now the fresh orders are similar. So our factory is running at max. Even if we get more orders, we won't be able to execute them.
Okay.
Yes, but overall you can say that it's not the order has not the order book hasn't increased compared to last financial year.
Okay.
Because of this the slight sluggishness in the steel sector. But a lot of the orders we have got a lot of orders from the other sector, like the auto sector, foundry and casting sector. So that has sort of evened it out.
Okay. Is there any outlook for this year?
Outlook, yeah. So in terms of outlook, देखिए, if we get 2 3 months, 2 months at least of production from our new factory, then we could see slight increment from last year. But I would say overall, 2 months maybe, or how many transformers you will make, that also in a new factory. So I wouldn't be, very, I'll rather say it conservatively. So you can say that it can be at par with last year only. But of course, the backward integration will yield results for us on the bottom line. But in the coming financial year and the year next to that, there we are confident of seeing a lot of traction. So we have targeted around 500 crores for the FY27.
Okay. 27 or 26, sir?
27. So 26 could be somewhere in the middle.
Okay. Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. And sir, any problem on the margin side on the induction furnaces, or 10-12% kind of margins are still easy to make there?
No margin, not margin pressure as such, because unlike fabrication, where there is a fixed steel rate and fixed labor rate, we are OEM, so we sell equipment wise prices. So that is basically our call. If we are trying to gain a market of some customer of a competitor, then we lower the prices in certain cases. In certain cases where there is a bulk order, we lower the prices. So that is completely in our hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir,
And one more point about the bottom line, actually, which I forgot to mention during the presentation. See, we have recruited a lot of new teams, especially sales teams, and we are doing a lot of marketing activities as well. So, whatever bottom line increase that we are seeing now, that is considering these extra expenses that we are incurring, so that we get that 500 crores in 2 years' time.
okay. Okay. Sir, any update on Electrotherm? You were looking to buy them out, their induction furnace. How are they doing? Are they out of their problems, etc.? Any?
So I'm just waiting for the quarterly results. I think today is the board meeting. But recently I was checking there were some defaults, etc. from some of their asset reconstruction companies. Some defaults were there, but that is basically something we have an eye on because it is very similar field to ours, and not the steel, not their steel. Say their major turnover comes from the steel production.
Right,
So
right.
that is not our cup of tea. We are mainly, competing with their projects and engineering division. So
Okay.
if certain opportunities come up, then definitely we will be involved in that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from Pradeep Alamsetti. Pradeep, please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. When I
Hi,
go through
Pradeep.
the annual, yeah, great. When I go through the annual report and a couple of your updates,
Yeah.
what I observed was like in 5 years there will be a revenue of up to 4x.
Yes. Yes.
So that is the expectation.
3 to
So
4x. Yes.
yes. So on the contrary, when we look at the capacity, we are running at the full capacity and we have no room to execute the other orders. So how this both will match? Like how will we go to that level when you are already running in a full capacity?
Yes, yes. So the current capex that we have completed and it's about to complete. So with this, we can get 500 crores in couple of years' time, and after that we will basically by the end of next financial year we will go for the next round of capex. That one will not be so much because most of the other equipment already here. So that to take us to 1,000 crore, that next level of capex will be to the tune of about 50 odd crores. And so this is how we have planned it. So right now 500 crores, to achieve 500 crores, the capex is already done. We know we will commission the factory in January, sorry, in December, and full production probably we can start from February, and the next after those 2 years, that next level of capex will take us to 1,000 crores. So this is how we have planned it. Land is already there,
Okay.
around 10 acres, 15 acres land is there. 10 acres has been used and 5 acres is remaining.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
If there are any further questions, please use the option of raise hand. We'll take one question from chat. The question is from Mr. Bhargav Fukan. What is the contribution from top 10 customers in the revenue in percentage terms?
Hi, Bhargav. So I don't have the data right, but if I just think about it, say on average 10 customers, on average, if we take say about if I have 10 about 10 crores, 10 to 15 crores, and 10 customers. Actually, there are 2, 3 customers, 3, 4 customers that have given us large orders to the tune, say about 70, 80 crores. So, and the rest of the customers will give, one-off. It's sort of like that. So if you take top 10 customers, then I can say maybe out of the current 300 crore size, it will probably be around, say, 100 to say 100, 15, 20 crores.
Okay. His second question is, what has been the induction industry scenario currently for the last few quarters?
Yes, the induction scenario has been quite good. Especially the steel railways, sorry, not the steel, the railways, the forging foundry, these sectors are booming. Steel has been slightly sluggish, like I mentioned. But that is not stopping greenfield expansions or the upgradation expansions. So for us, it has been quite good only. And our order book is quite strong. And once the transformer comes into the picture, then the order book will grow quite a bit.
There's a question from Rakesh Roy. How much capex are we doing for the new transformer plant?
For the new transformer plant, I think during our prospectus only, it was a total of 20 to 25 crores. So that is almost already done. In fact, in the year end, I think the auditors will, or I think this half yearly report already, the auditors have issued one fund utilization certificate. I think it's there online. So it was about 25 odd crores of capex. And
Okay.
I think another 5 crores of capex we have done for the backward integration part. So out of the total 30, I think about 20 is public and 10 was our own investment.
Okay. We have a follow-up question from Tushar. Tushar, you can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the follow-up question.
Yes.
So just wanted to know, you mentioned something about electrotherm, some acquisition part, which I missed. Can you please explain that? Yes.
Yes, actually, we were hearing in maybe 6-7 months ago that there was an NCLT case was filed by one of the creditors, and but it seems that it was so that time we were like looking for if there was an opportunity to do some kind of acquisition that would be I mean good for us. But I think it was later on I found that it was settled. But again, very recently in the NSE and platforms, they have we saw a couple of notifications where the default again has taken place on the same. So that is basically something we are keeping our eye out for.
Got it, sir. So the guidance of that 1,000 crore is that doesn't include any of those acquisitions, right? It's totally organic sales.
No. Don't take that acquisition as anything. That if some opportunity comes up, then we'll think about it. It's not a concrete or anything of that sort.
Fair enough, sir. Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah.
All the best, sir. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. We'll take that as the last question for the day. Satadri, would you like to give any closing comments?
Yes. So thank you for joining, and we are quite hopeful of and quite confident of getting to the 500 crore first, and then after that in another 2-3 years time to get to the 1,000 crore. And the market size that we are catering to both in India and as well as abroad is quite large, and it is a growing market, and it is more of adding the capacities and trying out just developing these new products and exploring the market. And with the current team that we have, the sales team, the engineering team, we are quite confident that we will be able to get to those targets. And we are a hardcore engineering company, so it's not like although it's in the SME segment, but from our factory and our infrastructure, if you ever get a time to visit, you will see that it's not a the complications and everything is just like a largest company only. So we are there in the market for quite some time, and we'll remain in the market. So you can confidently invest in Megatherm for a good returns over a medium to long period of time.
Sure. Thank you, Satadri.
Yes.
Thank you to all the participants and the management team for joining us on this call. This brings us to the end of today's conference call. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.